You know, if I had a nickel for every time I've reviewed this set of figures, I'd have 2 nickels. But it's weird that it happened twice.
Where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Batman fans. Hello there, Dark Knight Trilogy fans. And hello there, Jokerized repaint fans. And welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. Today we are reviewing the full Jokerized wave of the Dark Knight Trilogy wave. Same 5 figures, same Build-A-Figure pieces, except this time every single character in this wave has been Jokerized. And as much as I liked this wave, I mean, the Todd Father's gotten a little out of hand with these repaints lately. I gotta say, I'm not entirely sure I've been digging all of these crazy repaints the Todd Father has been. I mean, yeah, he's been doing a lot of repaints and gold labels and things pretty much since the beginning of the DC Multiverse line, but it's really, truly starting to feel like it's a little too much. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Do you love all these crazy repaints and these Jokerized repaints? Or do you want Todd Father to pump the brakes on the repaints a little bit and focus on other characters that we would still very much like to have in the DC Multiverse? Not that the DC Multiverse line is going to end anytime soon and there's not time to get those characters. It's just, we get it. You know, Batman and Joker are cool, but, you know, I don't need every other release to be either a Batman, Joker, or Jokerized figure, because that's kind of feeling like what it's starting to turn into, honestly. Anyway, here are the full set of figures. We've got, of course, Batman here in the packaging. On the back, you've got Jokerized Bane art. And, of course, this is a wave of gold labels. Next up, you've got Jokerized Scarecrow. And, honestly, some of these do look really cool. I really like the Jokerized Scarecrow a lot. I think it looks very, very awesome. More of that when we open this bad boy up. The Jokerized Joker. We've got Joker in a darker suit because, I mean, how do you Jokerize what is already a Joker figure? So, yeah, he got a nice, more professional looking suit, really. And, of course, here we have a Jokerized Twoface, which is a very, very strange take on Twoface, but I also kind of dig it. I mean, the ones that stand out the most to me out of this wave is the Jokerized Twoface and the Jokerized Scarecrow. I'm not really sure how I feel about the Jokerized Batman. We'll see after we crack this bad boy open. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the packaging on all of these figures. And we're going to start off with Batman, the Dark Knight himself. And this isn't a bad Jokerized Batman. Honestly, I feel like it kind of would have been better had they just released this as a Jokerized Batman to go with the other Jokerized figures that they're doing that are coming with the playing cards and stuff. And instead of doing a full Jokerized wave of the Dark Knight wave, which was an interesting choice to Jokerize. Now, of course, all of these figures are Jokerized specifically in the Heath Ledger Joker style. You've got the drawn-on smile, much like Heath Ledger's Joker on this Batman. The lime green cowl. I don't know if I like the shade of green on the cowl. That's the only thing that's really throwing me off. But then again, the goal is for it to be off-putting. Joker is supposed to be unsettling, and therefore Jokerized figures should also be unsettling. So, in the spirit of that, I guess this is a pretty good release. I mean, it definitely looks cool. I even like how you've got the little particles and bits for where it wasn't fully spray painted, and even how all of the blades aren't fully painted to kind of match that style a little bit, where it's really heavily applied here, but a little bit lighter and less so. And the same with the boots. It actually looks really good with the boots. Got a bright purple cape. I really like the bright purple on the utility belt. Honestly, I kind of wish that there were more purples throughout on here, just to kind of balance it out a little bit more, because it's just the cape and the belt that are purple. And, you know, maybe if he did like a purple symbol, or maybe if we got like some ha-has in red across the chest, I think that would have been cool too. Or a red bat symbol, just kind of like loosely painted on and a little uneven, just like the crooked red smile, I think would have been cool. But overall, it's not a bad Batman release. For comparison, here is the actual Batman from the Dark Knight wave, so you can see them side by side and how different they look. And it's actually a really big difference. I mean, yeah, the mold is exactly the same, but it's amazing what changing up the color scheme of a figure can do, and how drastically different these figures look next to each other. This figure, just like the other one, is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist joints, upper torso, lower torso, hips, inner socket thighs, double jointed knees, ankles, and that mid toe joint there on the foot. He also, just like the other Batman, comes with a grapple gun and 3 batarangs, and all of his accessories are in this bright yellow color instead of the bronze brass looking color from the Dark Knight trilogy, which the bright yellow, honestly, I think fits this really well. I like that they're still, you know, roughly yellowish in color, like batarangs can be sometimes, and seeing it in this bright yellow color, it actually works for me. I do kind of like it. Just like the other release, he does come with a data profile card. It's the same artwork, except it's also been Jokerized. You got a bunch of ha-has there, and on the back as well, you've got some more Joker doodles and things. Although it looks like the words and things are the same. Looks like the actual data profile itself hasn't changed, and it looks like it's the same case for the other Batman figures in this wave. So, real name, Bruce Wayne. As a child, Bruce Wayne watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their deaths, he devoted his life to becoming the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman. He's a master detective and an expert in martial arts, but his greatest weapon is his mind. Batman has a plan for every occasion, as well as high-tech weapons, gadgets, and vehicles to assist him in his relentless pursuit of justice. Now, after 10 years in retirement, Batman returns, because it's also the suit based off The Dark Knight Rises, just like the one that came in the regular wave of the Dark Knight wave. Next up, we have the Jokerized Scarecrow, and to be completely honest, this is my favorite one out of the whole wave, out of the Jokerized figures. I feel like this is the coolest one. I mean, just look at that. Just look how awesome that looks. You've got the why so serious and stuff. You've got the clown painted over the mask, which, I mean, to me, it doesn't look so much like a Jokerized figure so much as it looks like one of the Joker's victims. And this very much looks like something he would do to a victim. You know, put the straitjacket on them over the suit and put a mask, and, you know, like the Batman look-alike, you know, when he hung him, he's got the noose, just like, you know, the Scarecrow, because the Scarecrow has the noose on the mask. But I feel like you guys get what I'm trying to say, and out of all of them, this one just looks the coolest in my opinion. Same articulation as the other one. Head is on a ball joint, fully articulated shoulders, upper bicep, single jointed elbows, wrist joints. There you go, wrist joints. A little tight in the sleeve there on that wrist. Waist, you do still have a waist. Hips, inner socket thigh, double jointed knees, ankle joints, and toe joints. And the purple pants the purple pants look really good on this figure. Even the dark purple suit, what little we see of the suit jacket on this figure also looks really good. And I like the green paint on the cuffs, some of the straps, the lower part of the straight jacket. I think the use of green looks really good, and it's so loosely painted on there that it almost looks like it's stained green, even though, like, you can tell it's intended to look like it's been spray painted, much like on the Batman figure. And yeah, overall, I think it looks really cool. And for comparison, here he is next to the regular version of Scarecrow. So you can see how they look side by side. I think he looks pretty good side by side. Definitely my favorite out of this set so far, though. Just like Batman, he's got a Jokerized or Joker paint splotched and doodled on profile card as well. So there's that same artwork, but, you know, with the Joker stuff on the front. And same words and things on the back, just like the other one. Real name, Jonathan Crane. As a young child, Jonathan Crane was subjected to sick and twisted experiments on fear conducted by his own father. Father of the year right there, right? Emotionally scarred and mentally unstable from the ordeal, Crane spent his childhood living in fear until he made an important realization. If he could control fear, it would never again control him. Over time, this interest in fear became an obsession. Graduating from college with a doctorate in psychology and a specialty in phobias, Jonathan began experimenting on others, subjecting them to hallucinogenic fear toxins he developed that brought out their worst nightmares. Although Batman has developed a number of remedies to counteract these toxins, Crane is constantly improving upon his formula, creating more potent and deadlier versions. Yeah, that's the same, but I kind of have a feeling they're all going to be the same from here on out. But I'll still read them just in case you haven't watched the other video. Next up is the Jokerized or Batmanized Joker. Here we have the Joker, the one figure they couldn't really Jokerize because it's already the Joker. So yeah, what they did was give him a more serious look and give him a black suit, which I kind of actually dig. It actually looks pretty good. And the hair looks a little bit brighter green. The purple is also a little bit brighter, especially on the gloves there. I like the white on the shoes. That's really nice. I like the pinstripes on the pants. That's really nice. Overall, I mean, this is a pretty cool looking Joker figure. It's just kind of funny that, you know, since they couldn't really Jokerize what is already the Joker, they darkened him up, and I think that's kind of neat. And that's not an invitation, Todd Father, to start Batmanizing a bunch of Joker figures. Please don't start Batmanizing everything. I can't handle another, you know, bunch of unnecessary repaints. I mean, some of these repaints are fun, but a lot of them are just, like I said, getting a little too out of hand. Anyway, for comparison, here he is next to the Dark Knight Trilogy version of the Joker. So here is how he's supposed to look next to the Batmanized, Jokerized Joker, whatever you want to call him. The black suit Joker. I mean, the black suit Joker, like I said, it looks good. Fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders. Upper bicep. Double jointed elbows. Wrist joints. Waist. Hips. Double jointed knees. Ankle joints. And that toe joint. And that's pretty much it for articulation. Just like the other guy. He didn't come with a knife. He didn't come with, obviously, a gun, because they still don't do guns for DC for some reason. And he did come with another pile of money, though. So now we can have back-to-back stacks of money in case you picked up both Joker figures. So we can start getting closer to that giant pile of money that he was standing on and then burned half of in the Dark Knight movie. And yes, he's got a Jokerized Joker data profile card. They Jokerized the Joker's artwork and card. There you go. There's the words on the back. Real name, unknown. No name strikes terror into the hearts of Gotham City's citizens, quite like the Joker. In a city overrun with larger-than-life criminals, the always laughing villain stands alone, a complete psychopath with no moral compass whatsoever. The Joker, whose real name and identity remain completely unknown, is characterized by his chalk-white skin, green hair, and a permanent rictus grin stretched across his face. But there isn't a single thing funny about this particular clown, who only finds humor in the suffering of others. Next up here is Two-Face. Here we have Joker Face, Scary Face, Joker Scary Face, which is different from Harvey Scary Face. Yeah, I like this one too. I mean, I'm not totally crazy about Jokerized Two-Face, but I do like this one more than I like the Batman or the Joker. I mean, honestly, my least two favorite figures in this wave are definitely Batman and Joker. I really like how this looks. It would have been interesting if they had done some like white makeup on over that. I think that would have been kind of funny. But I also kind of like how they just kept the scar paint job pretty much the same, but then did the Joker face paint job over here as well as the green hair. I think that actually looks really cool on a Two-Face figure, to be honest with you. I like how you still have the damage on the suit and stuff, and that it's still purple, but, you know, darkened on the inside to show that damage. And the green shirt looks pretty good on him, as well as the purple pants. Again, you got the damage on that side. And he still has the coin. How cool is that? He still has the coin. They didn't really change the coin at all. I mean, I didn't really expect them to. It would have been cool if they had, but yeah, they didn't really change the coin. So the coin is the coin. He still has the coin. He's still fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, in and out. It's a little stiff on that though. Upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist joints, waist, hips, inner socket thigh, which is also a little stiff, double jointed knees, ankle joints, and toe joints. And that's pretty much it for articulation. Once again, here we have Two-Face next to Two-Face. So there you have the regular Two-Face based off of the movie and the Jokerized Two-Face based off of the, well, movie version of Two-Face. So you can see them side by side. And here is our last data profile card featuring a Jokerized Two-Face data profile card. There's the words and things on the back and the other doodles. Real name, Harvey Dent. A prominent and well-educated district attorney, Harvey Dent fought valiantly to uphold the law and make the city a better place. In any other city, it would have worked. Not in Gotham City, a place where greed and corruption stretch from the depths of Crime Alley to the shimmering heights of the mayor's office. Dent's spiral into Gotham City's madness came swiftly after a criminal threw acid into his face, leaving half of it horribly scarred. Seeking refuge in the underbelly of Gotham City, the name Harvey Dent and all the good it stood for was lost, and Two-Face rose from the darkness. And just like last time, that is not the correct origin of Two-Face from this movie. He did not have acid thrown in his face in the Dark Knight movie. He got horribly burned from a chemical fire in this movie. Now, the other stuff about him being a bright, shining beacon and stuff, yeah, that's all true still. That did happen. But how he became Two-Face, that is not how it happened, Todd Father. And you know it, and you still didn't fix it. All right. To save on time, and because we've already seen me assemble the regular version of this Build-A-Figure, we're not going through the whole assembly process of Bane this time. Here is Bane already assembled, and of course, Jokerized. They Jokerized the Build-A-Figure, and I do like the Bane too. I like the bright green suspenders. I think that looks pretty cool. I really, really like the red paint in the mask, and up on the side of the mask. You've got the white face paint, the eyeliner and stuff. They actually did a really good job Jokerizing this Bane. The head sculpt looks fantastic. There's a little bit of dark green on the top part of the mask, which looks kind of cool. I like the purple pants. I think the color proportions are really well done. I like the green knee pads, the shiny black boots. You have some black ink ha-has written on his left legs there. You do still get all the different swappable hands, just like you did with the other Bane Build-A-Figure. And for comparison, here he is next to the movie version of Bane, so you can see them side by side. And as a special bonus, here is the first Bane Build-A-Figure next to the gold label Trenchcoat Bane that was an exclusive. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be opening this one up today just because I don't have a copy to open right now. This came out of Josh's sealed collection just for the comparison. He still wanted us to show this off, and I wanted to show it off too. So that way you can see these side by side, and just for jokers and grins, here it is next to the Jokerized version, so you can see them side by side. I know it's weird doing a comparison of an inbox figure and a loose figure, or at least I feel as though it's weird, but there you go. Now, Bane, of course, didn't come with a data profile card just because the Build-A-Figures don't come with data profile cards. It'd be nice if they did, but, I mean, where are you going to put it? Are you going to just put it with one figure, or would you put it with all the figures? So I kind of get why we don't get data profile cards for the Build-A-Figures, because the Todfather would have to have them packed in probably with each figure that comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, and I could see how that would get repetitive, and I could see how people probably wouldn't want to have 4 or 5 copies of the same data profile card, nor would they probably want to piece a profile card together out of like profile puzzle pieces. That would also be kind of strange. So I get why we don't have it, but it'd be nice to have. Bane is still fully articulated also as a Build-A-Figure. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders. Those awesome inner socket joints as well. Upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist joints. Again, you have a lot of swappable hands for those wrists as well. Waist, hips, inner socket thigh, double jointed knees, ankle joints, and that mid-toe joint. And that's pretty much it for articulation, and that's the last of the figures in the wave. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review of the DC Multiverse Jokerized Dark Knight Trilogy wave, featuring the same 5 figures we got in the previous Dark Knight Trilogy wave, just Jokerized this time. What did you think of this set? Do you think maybe this set should have been like an SDCC exclusive instead of the Trenchcoat Bane? Or do you really like this set, and were you really looking forward to a full-on Jokerized wave? And is there another wave of the DC Multiverse you would like to see get the Jokerized treatment, much like this wave did, instead of single-release Jokerized figures here and there, like some of the Jokerized Batmans that we've got and the other Jokerized Robin that we got so far in the DC Multiverse line? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned for more DC Multiverse reviews. Check out some of our other content here on Bay 12. Check out our sister website, CoolToyReview.com, for all kinds of other awesome toy reviews, news, and more. And like and subscribe to the Cool Toy Review YouTube channel as well, because some of the content I do is going to be on that channel exclusively. If you like Star Wars content, check out rebelscum.com, the world's oldest and largest Star Wars fan website. And there's all kinds of content like toy reviews, news, and more every single day. If you're looking for some awesome DC Multiverse figures, come by our physical location inside Order 66 Multiverse in the shops at Willowbend Mall in Plano, Texas, which also houses Order 66 Toys, the nation's official collectible Star Wars toy store. And in case you're not local, they go live every single Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Order 66 Toys Facebook page, and they ship all around the world. Sign up for collectorsoracle.com today for a free account so you can start archiving some of your Star Wars collection with some other toy lines coming soon in the future. And once again, it is 100% free for you guys to sign up and make an account and start managing your collection like a pro. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Same bat time, same bad channel.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.